Today the muffler fell off of my Subaru Legacy here, so we're going to show you how to fix it. Pretty easy. If you like these kinds of how-to videos, make sure to click subscribe below. Now for this project, you're not really going to need much. I'm going to use one of those band clamp style exhaust clamps. And I hear a lot of complaints about those leaking. So I'm also going to use some Permatex Ultra Copper gasket maker. This is the super high temp stuff that you'd use on exhaust headers and things like that. So it can handle up to 700 degrees, which way back here in the back of my car, I'm not going to get anywhere near that. So that's going to really help to seal up that band clamp. Now, before you get started, you're going to want to measure the diameter of the pipes that you're going to be coupling together. In my case, I have 2-inch pipe, and the other pipe is just a hair over 2 inches. It's not 2 1/8, it's about 2 1/16. So to use a rigid coupler, which I normally would recommend, it's just not going to work to couple those two pipes together. So I'm going to use a 2-inch band clamp on that. The first step is I'm going to go ahead and remove the muffler just to get it out of the way. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut the old couplers off. The couplers really aren't reusable in this particular case because they're just too beat up. So I'm just going to cut them off and do it up fresh. Once you've got the couplers cut off of both ends, and of course cut nice and tight to that coupler if you can, go ahead and just clean it up with some sandpaper. And also make sure to clean it up with something to get any grime off. I used some pre-paint prep cleaner. You could use something like mass airflow sensor cleaner, just some sort of solvent to clean that off. Now I just go ahead and put my muffler back into place and hang it off the rubber hangers. Before attaching my coupler, I'm going to go ahead with the Ultra Copper and I'm going to put a nice little band, a continuous band around each of the pipes. I'm also going to make sure to coat any parts where I think there could form a gap with the Ultra Copper gasket maker. So along the little aluminum piece that fits on the clamp, stuff like that, I'm going to just make sure to slime it a little bit with that gasket maker. And now you can go ahead and put your band clamp on and snug it up. Don't tighten it all the way, and also make sure to push the two pipes nice and close together. You're probably not going to be able to get them to completely butt together, but push them nice and close together before you snug that up. Let your gasket maker sit for about an hour, just so it starts to get a little bit tacky, and then go ahead and just crank the heck out of it. I've heard people say to tighten it to like 55 foot-pounds, but I've also heard a lot of people say just bottom it out, crank the heck out of it with an impact wrench. And because I really don't want an exhaust leak, and I'm really not that scared about breaking a bolt, I'm going to go ahead and take the impact wrench method and just slam it. If you do hit it too hard and you snap a bolt, you can go ahead and get another 3/8 inch bolt from the hardware store, maybe even get a grade 8 so that you don't have to worry as much about breaking it. And that's all you have to do to couple it. So if you had a section of pipe you had to replace, you'd pretty much do the same thing, but you'd end up using 2 couplers and buying a section of pipe to replace whatever has a hole in it. And you're not going to really want to do this if your pipe is completely shot and like you can poke your finger through it. But in my case, my pipe's pretty solid actually. It's just that my coupler got banged up. It looks like the bolts rusted out and it sort of knocked the bolts off and came disconnected. So it's a pretty simple fix for this car. And if you live in the Rust Belt like me in Pennsylvania, this is something periodically that's going to happen to your cars. I hope you liked this video. I hope it was helpful. And if you have any questions or comments or any tricks, make sure to post them below. Thanks for watching.